Let's talk about one of the biggest developments of the week. We got Chad Simmons here, director of recruiting at On3, and we're talking Chris Henry Jr. He shuts it down. Despite being committed to Ohio State for nearly 2 years already, he came out this week, made an announcement. You talked to him. What do you think about, it almost feels like this is a commitment for Ohio State.
Yeah, almost like a signing to me. Like when they shut it down, it's like we're at signing day and they put the pen to the paper, which maybe he did put some type of pen to some type of paper to kind of lock himself into some type of deal. That's what's happening now in recruiting these days. And look, we always knew that he's from there, committed early. He's visited there more than anywhere else. He loves Brian Hartline, that relationship. Obviously, the wide receiver room, wide receiver development, speaks for itself with Ohio State and Brian Hartline. And this is a big development, for Ohio State. I think obviously they were working hard, recruiting him like he was uncommitted the last year and a half. We know he's been to Oregon multiple times, and including a recent trip, late in March to Eugene. They were very much a threat to Ohio State, especially when Junior Adams was there before he went to the NFL. And they brought in Ross Douglas from Syracuse. He initiated contact right away. But look, Ohio State locking him down. And he told me, look, I'm only visiting Ohio State moving forward. So if that stays true, which I have no reason to doubt Henry saying that, this is a huge win and a huge moment for Ohio State this cycle.
Yeah, and, as I said, he's been committed, he's stayed committed, but do you think this was a direct result of the kind of momentum that was building with not just Oregon, but also USC and Miami?
Yeah, look, that he's been to USC multiple times. They're in his backyard now. We see what Lincoln Riley's doing with his class, and just the last few weeks alone, the momentum they have. Obviously he has teammates at Mater Dei. Tom just flipped from Oregon to USC. They're in his backyard. They're always having quarterbacks and throwing the ball at USC. And then I think Oregon's always been the biggest threat. Mater Dei has a pipeline to Oregon as well. So they signed 3 or 4 guys last year from Mater Dei. He feels very comfortable up there. There's a lot of branding opportunities with Nike and what he does from a name brand standpoint at Oregon. So look, that they were fighting some tough battles there, and he was talking about taking OVs to all 3, Miami, USC, and Oregon, along with Ohio State. And I think Ohio State wanted to do all they could, answer the questions, give him what he needs to get him locked in now in April and not wait for a crazy next 5-6 months between now and the 1st of December.
Yeah, and it's because of the caliber of player of Chris Henry Jr. You've been watching him, since his 8th grade year, 9th grade year? What type of player is he bringing to Columbus when he arrives on campus?
A guy, I would say, first off, that can play right away. He has that Jeremiah Smith frame, big body, mature. And like Jeremiah, I'm not comparing him to Jeremiah. Jeremiah is kind of a unicorn. He does everything at the 5-star level. But from a body type, from a mental maturity, physical maturity, now he's coming off a knee injury. He has to get back healthy, and have a big senior season. He'll take it light in the spring this year. But look, Chris has great ball skills, a big catch radius. He's a big physical wide receiver. He has good speed. He makes big plays on the big stage. So, look, he wants to go and compete every day with the best wide receivers in the country. He'll get that at Ohio State. He'll go against top DBs in practice, good competition every Saturday. And they're getting a player, I think, that will compete for very early playing time in Columbus.
Ohio State fans, how you feeling about the big news from Chris Henry Jr. that he's shutting it all down? Let us know how you feel.